Yeah, JV did that. I don't know if you can read it or not. It's his autograph.
It's the ultimate lesson. I mean, not ultimate lesson, but DeMar was saying that you try to find some kind of positives over 2 losses like you've had and maybe some of the overtime wins. What can you take from it?
To me, you can't take anything from a loss. Only thing you can take away is what not to do. With the overtime wins that we had, you can take lessons away from that as far as us building out leads and how we got those leads, and then also how we lost the leads, but we're able to still pull through in overtime and get stops and scores when we needed to. But as far as these 2 losses go, there's nothing positive I feel like we can take away. It's just all about learning from our mistakes and correcting them and trying something different in the new game, and we're trying to revert back to our old ways when everything was smooth and on the same page.
So when you look at those lessons, knowing the opponents you have coming up in the teeth of the schedule, what has to be? I mean, what's being discussed amongst the players? What has to be discussed?
Just the will to win, just to get that back, focus more on the defensive end, and communication, talking, carrying out our assignments, and on the offensive end, just focus on moving and sharing the ball, and also establishing Lou in the second unit, and also establishing DeMar and making Kyle's job a lot easier, getting JV some post touches, just getting back to that whole rhythm that we had going on again.
We've been talking about defense for a few months now, and the results have come in spurts, but not really consistently. Is there any worry that you guys aren't able to execute at a higher level, or do you still have the confidence that you can?
I mean, I feel like we can because we've done it. You know, it's not like we haven't done it before, so it's just all about consistency. It's all about tying it one game after another rather than spots here and there, certain games where we actually do it, certain games where we don't do it at all, and it's horrible. So it's honestly better to have it in every game if it's not perfect rather than have it perfectly in 1 out of 5 games. So it's just finding consistency, finding that edge that we need to get back, and there's still a lot of time. You know, there's still time. There's still time to turn it around. So it's obviously better sooner to turn around than later, but hopefully, you know, we get that back and we get back our mojo and go back to the way things used to be when we were winning. You know, everyone is having positive energy and everyone's having fun.
Are the issues, I mean, on the defensive end, are they in one particular place, or is it sort of widespread?
It seems like to be widespread. Certain games, more areas than others. Last game, for instance, against Brooklyn, it seemed like it was perimeter, not just the wings, but also the bigs closing out on the perimeter and communication, transition, offensive rebounds, fouling too much. So it was just a number of things last game, and then prior to that, Milwaukee, transition, offensive rebounds again. So it just seems like certain games it may be the same thing, but other games it's just a hit or miss with certain areas.
You guys have the time, and you're still second in the Eastern Conference, but at the same breath, you don't have the time given how close the trade deadline's coming. Do you think you have all the pieces on the team to be consistent coming into March and April?
I feel like we do. We basically still have the same pieces as last year, and we're playing the way we're playing. We all have faith in each and every single one of these individuals on the basketball floor. So I feel like we do have the pieces. We have the veteranship, we have the leadership, we have, you know, the role players, we have the all-stars, we have everything that we need in order to be an elite team. So it's just all about the will, it's all about the want, it's all about doing it. So I feel like we have everything we need in order to be successful.
And you guys had fairly good chemistry this year as a team. I mean, there's lots of stories out there about teams have kind of had a guy come in and chemistry.
Oh yeah, of course.
Is that the danger?
Yeah, you look at past history where teams have been in a positive situation. They've been winning, or maybe they lost, but they're in a great situation as far as standings go, and then they make a trade, and next thing you know, that trade messes up the chemistry, and it causes them to play horribly, have problems in the locker room, thus resulting in a horrible season after that and losing in the playoffs too early. So you look in the past, it's happened a number of times. So like I said, I feel like we have all the pieces that we need in order to be a successful and elite team. So it's just all about just going out there on the court and just handling business.